Okie dokie. So if you're here because we want to watch or install these Morimoto headlights on a 2022, 2020 and up, F250 or F350. So this will go from 2020 to 2022. 23 is the new headlight model or the new revamp. So obviously that will be a little bit different. Before 2020, so 17 to 19, these trucks had a square headlight. So if it has this angle, obviously you're looking at a 20 to a 22. Now, they make these headlights for all the different year ranges and everything. Morimotos are absolutely awesome. So don't be afraid that you'll be damn close if you want to do it on a 17 to 19 and or on a newer truck, since it's the same other than, you know, a little revamp of some headlights and bumper and stuff. So let's go ahead. Enough talking. You know what we're here to do. Let's just start getting these things in. No point beating around the bush. Let's roll. So you're about to install some headlights. What is the first step? Well, you need to be excited about doing it, right? So what I did was went ahead and I opened up the two boxes. Inside this ginormous box that weighs way more than you think it should for two lights, you have one box that was underneath another box, and inside you have the left headlight, and then over here you have the right headlight, and they give you this little wiring harness and the instructions. So that's what you get when you get these headlights. If you flip them up, you got what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plugs we need to do, and it appears that we already have all the bulbs and everything. All we're doing is just a harness on this. So by the looks of it, we have these two tabs over here, one tab on the top, one tab on the bottom, and there's one on the outside, and I would assume that it's the same for the right hand light. Now we are going to go ahead and look at the instructions. One, because this stuff is way too expensive and I don't want to replace it if I screw up, and two, because we need to know how to do it. Number one, we need to know how to do it, obviously, to put it on the truck, but number two, we don't want to break anything, because these awesome LED lights I actually bought for my personal truck, that dually. So we're going to be changing out my halogen XLT lights for these King Ranch LED ones. So there'll be a harness and everything I need for my truck, but we'll get into that at a later date. Anyways, long story short, we want to make sure these come up absolutely perfectly because they're going on our stuff. Number two, obviously because it ain't ours to begin with, and we don't want to mess it up. So let's go ahead, take 2 minutes, go through the instructions so I can tell you guys how to do it and hopefully save you a little bit of time. Look at how nice those are. The nice little light on there. They're gonna look so good on the dually. Anyways, so what they want you to do is park the truck 25 feet from a wall and turn the headlights on, and it will aim or show you where the headlights are aimed. Now, for me, I know that all the work is being done on the truck right here. I do not plan to move it at all. So what my plan is to go ahead, shine the light at the toolboxes over here, and as long as when the new lights go in, I adjust it so that it's at the same height, we should be good to go. Now, it just so happens that where I parked it, as you can see on this box here, we have this line right here for between the top box and the bottom box. That is the exact height of the truck. Happened by luck. I'm just going to go ahead and say that it was all skill, but in reality it was luck. So what I'm going to do is get the new lights installed, and then when I turn the truck or turn the lights to the on position, I'll be able to adjust so that they hit that line there that I just showed you again, and that will tell us that these are aimed at the exact same height as the ones that are in the truck currently. So what you want to do is, to get started, this piece right here sits down like this. There's a whole bunch of little push clips. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So there's 15 push clips. You're going to pull those out. Boom. Next thing you want to do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 10 millimeter socket. So it's like a 6 mil bolt right here across the front. Next thing you want to do is there is a nut. If you can see right there, there's a little stud, little silver stud right there. So there's a nut on both sides. That is going to be what you need to get the top of the grill out. Let me go ahead, yank those 2 last nuts out, and I'll come back, show you what we do next. But now you know how to set the truck up, you know how to do it. What I would do if you weren't as lucky as me is to get it on that line. Put a piece of tape on the wall or tape on your toolbox, or measure up from the ground. And then, like I said, as long as you don't move the truck, you're good to go. So pretty self-explanatory. Let's get rocking. So let me bring you in here so we can review. But this is a King Ranch, obviously, like I've said 150 times. So as you can see right here, this little cover. So what we need to do is get in here and pull this open toward the center of the grill. There's a bolt back here. And then what we want to do is grab a really flat or a really wide plastic pry tool. And we're going to put it in between the headlight and the grill. And we want to pop it out here. There's like a push clip that goes around here like this. So first things first, we're going to pop this guy open. We got one on the other side here. Pry it open, grab those 2 10 mils out. And then comes the fun part, not messing up the headlight, but popping the grill out. Like I said, make sure you have a really wide pry tool. I'll show you the kit that I have that has it in it. And if you need one, that's where you'll be able to find it. So I just mentioned that you need a really wide pry tool, or trim removal tool, I guess they're gonna call it. Anyways, this is a PT tool. So that's PT right there in the corner, performance tool. And the part number is C28129. So C28129. And this thing, if we open it up, has this, I don't know what it is, 2.5 inch wide or so. This big old bad boy right here. So this thing is what we want to use to pry this thing out. So what we're gonna do is insert this way up here at the top, and we want to be able to pull it. Come on now. It's really hard to do with one hand. Let me find a good location for you guys, and we'll time lapse doing it so you can see. I guess we can just film it. I don't know. Let's see what we come up with here. Your guess is as good as mine at this point. So what we want to do is pry up in here, and you should hear this thing pop. There we go, there we go. Okay, and we're gonna work it down. There we go. That's the ticket. There we go. There it is. Okay, now we just got another one here in the bottom. That's that one. That one. All right, so now that we have that popped open, that was obviously real time, so you can see. Now let's look way down in here. Why don't I bring the light so you can see what I'm talking about? Holy moly, I told you it was going to be a late night. Look at me making all kinds of weird assumptions. Okay, so way down in here, let me see if I can kind of guide you guys to what I'm trying to talk about. Right there. Okay, so if you see that clip right there, you can see this little flat part right here pointed up. What we need to do is get way down in there with a really long screwdriver, and we want to push that down. So what happens is there's a little clip here, it goes all the way across the bottom. There's like 4 of them, 1, 2, 3, 4, and they spring open, and that's what locks the bottom of the grill in. So what we want to do is go down there with a long screwdriver, and we want to push that down so it'll get rid of that little tooth that's holding, and then we can pop one out, go to the next one, pop the next one out, go to the next one, pop that one out, so on and so on across the bottom, and we'll get the bottom of the grill out. Let's do it. I'll bring you right back. Bye-bye. So that was easy enough. Like I said, there was those 4 clips. You have 1, 2, 3, 4. And what I did was I stuck my arm down just in front of this little cutout here, and I was able to pop these 2. And then I stuck my arm down in front of this one, and I was able to pop the 3rd and the 4th, and it popped right forward. Now, because this truck is a King Ranch, it has the front camera and everything. So that's this guy here, and then it has the little windshield squirter for it here. So this one, you just push that little tab right there in the top, and then this one has this little black C-clip that goes around the outside to kind of pinch it on. I just pried it open with my fingers, boop, pulled it off, and I was able to put the grill over here on the headlight box. So next thing, we are very, very, very close. What we want to do is pull out these 2 bolts up here on the very top, and then right down on here in the side we have 1 more bolt. So we undo that, undo the top 2, and we're about ready to pull. Now, this has this little tab here. As soon as you take the bolt off, we're able to pull this up over top that little clip. And then what we want to do is take that really fat pry tool that I just showed you and put it in just in this area here where it kind of goes backward, and we want to pop that. There's a couple clips over here on the side. So we're going to go ahead, pull the 2 headlights out. Now, because this truck is a factory LED truck, again, you know that because of this beautiful running light here around the outside. So because this is a factory LED truck, we need a LED adapter harness. So that comes separate from these headlights. Make sure if you're trying to put it on something like this that already had LEDs, you buy the harness, or you're going to get this far, maybe in a little bit further. When you pull those ones out, you put the new ones in and they don't work. So let's go ahead, we'll pull those couple 10 mil bolts, and yeah, we're gonna get these suckers out of here, and we're gonna put them back in the box because they're not ready to go in the dually yet. We got a bunch of stuff coming for the dually to do. So enough of talking, let's roll. What I did was open the LED adapter harness, and this one right here is the one that comes with the headlights. You're going to use this one no matter if you have halogen or LED headlights. So what we're going to do is go up. There is a fuse box right back here in front of the firewall, passenger side. We're going to locate fuse number 1616. And we're going to pull that fuse out and put this one in. This gives you 2 little baby mini fuses. And then this harness is going to come down the inside of the fender. One of these 2 clips right here is going to go to the passenger headlight. The other one's going to route all the way across to the driver's side headlight. Next thing we want to do is grab the harness with the fuse on it. This guy here. So you have a positive and a negative lead, and we're going to mount that or screw that into the battery that's right here on the driver or the passenger side, I mean, and that also is going to run all the way down just about into this area. So both of these harnesses are going in this side, one to the battery, one just behind it to that little baby fuse box right there I'm pointing to. All the wires are going to route all the way around, get down here, one goes all the way over to that side. So let's go ahead and get that done, and then yeah, we'll bring you back because it is 3:23 in the morning right now. So let's get her done. So here we are. Passenger side is in, as you can see, and all I did off camera was route the wiring across here, across the grill, and then I went behind this little tube that's here over to the driver's side right there, and then on this side you have all the connectors we just brought down from the fuse box and the battery. I just plugged the back of the headlight into that harness, which basically looks like this. Now this one plug here that they give you is full of dielectric grease. Make sure that you put dielectric on all the others so that you don't get any corrosion, because it kind of sucks having to pull this whole thing apart in case you did. So let's go grab the driver's side now, and we'll plug this one in and get it stuck in place. That one over there, passenger side, all I did was put the one small bolt in on the side here. That's what's holding it in right now, until I verify that this one's plugged in and I can turn it on, high beams, low beams, turn, all that kind of stuff before I start assembling everything and then find out I got to take it all apart. So let's do it. Okay, so they're both plugged in now. You're gonna see them before I do. Let's see if they work. That looks incredible. Holy, are those nice. My goodness. All right, so as far as I can tell, all the daytime running lights work. High beams, low beams, that kind of stuff works. So what we're going to do now is put the 2 bolts in on the top on each side, clip the grill back in on the bottom, the 5 on the top. We'll put that top close out and we are done. Battery's about to die on the camera, so we're gonna close it out here. Take my word for it, I'll take a couple pictures. That'll probably be a thumbnail. You'll see it all back together. I appreciate you guys getting this far in the video. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the install of this, and come back for the install of the lights we took out back in the dually. All right, guys, take it easy. We'll catch you on the next one. Adios.